Not going to buy expensive planners anymore. Want to set up your own in a spiral notebook? I'm going to be setting mine up. And if you want to know why I am talking to you while looking at these covers instead of looking at my face, you're going to have to watch the rest of the video. Hi, I'm Em, and I am going to be setting up my summer seasonal notebook slash planner. I do 2 months in one of these notebooks, and this is my fourth one this year. I'm going to be starting in July. So I thought I would set it up with you. I won't take the time to write everything out, but I will kind of talk through my process. I love these Hamelin notebooks. They're available on Amazon. They come with this little guy on top. You've left it there so you can see all those goodies. I do have a video that I will link in the description on choosing a spiral notebook because this one obviously is a little nicer than the ones. They're about $10, but when you think about, what you spend on planners, they come with these stickers. I tear these out. They come with this cover page, and there's an app that you can use to scan using the little corners. If I want to scan, I can scan. I don't need their help to scan. It comes with this nice pocket. Like I said, I have a video describing all the features of this one and several other notebooks. I like working in a letter size. This is a full letter size up to these dots here. Spiral notebook. This has got a nice big coil. If when I take it in my backpack when I go places, I can stick a pen in there. This coil's a little funky, but I like the colored coils. I've seen some pictures of those of mine stacked up. They just make me happy. So what I'm going to do is this page will be an index, and I will leave the page behind it blank for index as well. The next thing we're going to have in here is my tracking calendars. I'm going to leave this blank. I chose 12 weeks, even though what I really just want is 9. I'm going to leave the title blank because I'm just going to print several, and I'll just write the title in. The extra person in me wants to do it separately for each one and have it printed, but that is just ridiculous. I'm not saying that I want it to start on July 1st, but I know that first week, I think it starts on June 30th. I don't know. But anyway, it's the week that includes July 1st, so that's fine. I like a Monday start. This particular season has 9 weeks. I do 2-month seasons instead of 3-month quarters, and those either have 8 or 9 weeks. This one has 9. I do not want any shading. I do want week numbers. I don't want the day of the year. I'm fine with Arial, given the choices that I have. Label is fine, color is fine, size is fine, abbreviated months is fine. What's my other option here? Yeah, abbreviated months is fine. Borders around days, yes. Width, yes. Letter size. I am going to increase this. I do not remember why, but I was thinking I wanted a wider border, maybe to write some notes or something. I don't know. Portrait, and I'm just going to download. So I will see you back on the other side. I do have a video about all different kinds of free printables you can use so you don't have to make your own. I'm going to leave another blank sheet because I like these guys facing. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'm not gonna have you here while I glue them, but notice because this is an 8.5 by 11, they just fit perfectly. The next thing I'm gonna leave room for, and I'll write this one in. This one will be for my planner and system info. When I make changes, like, oh, instead of doing this in here, like for half of April and half of May, I was doing my daily pages in the full focus planner instead of in here, and I was just doing like a little record area in here. I have moved back into this for my dailies, but I like to know that so I can just go back to one page and see where I changed things. My task management keeps bouncing back and forth. The other one is more detailed garden info. Like the other one is for like when I water my plants or feed my indoor plants kind of thing, but this is more like big garden info. I'm going to leave 2 pages blank for finances. I'm going to do some goal stuff here.
Actually, I said goal 1, goal 1, goal 2, goal 2, but it might be goal 1, month 1, goal 2. Oh, don't try to say that on camera because you'll mess it up.
The projects, I will pop this back in here what I'm going to do here. One thing that I haven't done in here before that I'm going to do this time is I am going to leave some room for planning the next seasons. September and October. And over the top of that, I will put, that's my fall season. And then November. I encourage you guys to write the date. I know I don't need it on every page, but there's nothing more frustrating when you come across something and you don't know what year it was. When I say the date, I mean the year. So for the balance of this year, that way if I want to brainstorm like a project or plan a garden thing or whatever, I've got a space to do that. Going into next year, oh, and that season I call my holiday season. That is all I'm going to set up. I'm going to do it off camera and I'll show it to you set up. All right, so I'm going to do a quick flip, and it will not be coming on at the end as I did not come on at the beginning. Why? Because I was working in the garden today, community garden, and I was pulling weeds and I have had an allergic reaction to something. My face is red and blotchy. And you know, if you've watched any of my videos, that I am not a makeup girl anymore, but yeah, red and blotchy is where I'm putting myself on the internet for all time, is where I draw the line. So that, you saw those labeled. If you want to see my finance stuff, let me know in the comments and I will make a cleaned up version. I keep planning to show my goal stuff, but I'm still trying to get in my groove. I was actually going to record a different video today. So projects, I will show what I can on that at some point. And then I just finished these out. I was going to do one on, I want to do one on retirement and productivity, but it's a one where it's going to be shooting my face, and that was just not going to happen today. So I'm doing this a little bit early. So I'm going to try this for my weekly overview. I've been trying to do it in different things so I could have it setting up and open, and I'm just going to try this at least for the first week. What I did leave room for was my weekly 3 big tasks to do, and I've got some room down here. I could put something motivational if I want, but I am ready to go. Now, I haven't numbered these pages. A tip is I do not pre-number, because if something goes wrong, then I can just rip it out. But now that these are all set, I will number here and get those things into the index. What this leaves me, this is a 150-page book. That leaves me plenty of room for daily pages. Sometimes I use a full page. I'll point you to where I just showed that in one of my recent videos on kind of making your own Franklin planner style pages. Leave me room for my weekly reset, and then notes. Let's say I'm working on a website and I want to write down the colors I'm thinking of, so then I'll have room for that. And then I may put weekly task lists in. I'm not sure. Thanks for being here. I will link the How to Choose a Spiral Notebook, and there's a freebie that you can get. Link that down below. I will link the Flipping Through My Winter notebook was one I did, and like I said, the daily pages are in one where I said I basically make my own Franklin planner out of these. So those will all be linked down below. Hope to see you again here soon. Again, if there's something I didn't show in detail and you want me to try to do something with either blurring or recreating when I've got some info in there, just please put that in the comments, and we will see you again soon. Thanks so much. Wish my face well.